Hey guys, Swansea Batcave here. Today we're going to be putting together a sprukits posable figural model kit of Superman from Man of Steel. So this is the box. Picked it up for I think £5 in TK Maxx because it was on sale. It's apparently a fully posable Superman, and it requires no glue. It's all click and snap together like a Gundam model. So that's the box. Now, looking at the cover, I did think it came with a plastic cape, but it does not. It comes with this sort of paper thing. Some of the pieces, though, do look really nice. Plastic. The face sculpt and some of the other bits look really, really nice super plastic. So we have a teeny tiny Henry Cavill face. Some really nicely sculpted hair, and looks like some hands and things in there. They're not posable, they're just sort of like a stock thing. But here we have the red bits. Here we have the blue bits. And then this pack contains the connectors and the tiny bits. So I think if anyone's put together a Gundam wing model before, they'll be familiar with things like these. They're like little ball joint rubber pieces. They're really, really cool. They allow a lot of freedom of movement. There's a better picture of the skin pieces. It gives you an option of fist hands, or open hands. That's really, really cool. Here is the hair, and I'm not sure if I showed this already. And those are some of, I believe these are going to be all the connecting parts for the body. Cool. And then we have some stickers and that terrible cape. So I think I might get some material to make a nice woolly Superman cape out of. But let's get started, shall we? Oh god, right. So the instructions come as a poster. We put together the head, then the torso, then the sleeves, and now everything else. Right, well, let's pick a piece to put together. I quite like the look of putting the head and the torso together. So I'm going to put the instructions on the floor. There we go. We'll get the pieces. So everything is numbered. It's like a universal thing. So for this, we will need C. No. We need his hair, which is D. And we need another piece. We need C, which is going to be this one. There we go, with all of the bits on. And I think that's all we need to put together the head. So, right, let's have a go. So the first thing we need is a face. So we've got the Henry Cavill's face. Should just ping out. There we go. Okay. What else does it need us to do? Right. It needs us to take D1. So yeah, I'll speed up the rest of this later, but D1, everything is like numbered on here. So D1 is this piece. So you pop that off. And then that shows, that goes into the back of the face. So it's got little holes and stuff on the back of the face. Clips in. There we go. Clips in. And then the rest of the hair goes on. Cool. So far that's quite easy. Just break off the rest of the bits of the hair. And the tiniest piece has fucked off onto the ground somewhere. Okay. Just gonna find that. There we go. That's the tiniest piece of hair. So let's see if I can get this to come down a little bit more. There we go. Excellent. Okay. So we have Henry Cavill's face, and then we have this side of his hair. We have the top of his hair, which I believe should go in that way. And then we have the other side of his hair, the tiniest piece, which gives him the other side of his hair. Excellent, there we go. We have one Superman head. So before we put it together, we'll clean off things like this, but that's the head done. Let's put that down here. So, next thing we're going to look at is, well, torso. So, the torso, right, needs us to grab E, which is this piece here. This piece that way. E, and some bits of A. Okay, so it needs the torso pieces of A. Clip, clip. There we go. Clip, clip. And what else does it need? It needs loads of bits of E. That's over here for now. Okay. Now these are all of the bits that will make it move. Well, it'll be part of the bits that make it move later on. So we need to find E4, which is there we go, and E5 and 6, which are just below. So let's take these 5 and 6, these two off. Okay, it looks as if these are going to make like a pivot joint within the body. And let's see, right, so I have some instructions for how to connect these together. Bring in the sheet again. So we are, where are we? Up here. So we connect together like that, and then sit in the torso like that. Okay. So this piece. Go. And it shows them with those sides up and out, so they can take a ball joint socket later on. There we go. There we go. Okay, so they are set in, and then they set themselves into the torso. Here. There we go. It's going to clip in somehow. Just very tight. Super tight. Go in. Okay. I'll try that section, unless it goes in the back. That would make sense with it. Maybe. So we have two pieces here. The diagram shows that it should be this way around, with these pieces up. That should slot into here. It should then bring the whole thing together. But that piece seems to be the same size as that piece, so I don't know. I'm going to pause it and figure it out. Yeah, I figured it out. So I had it the wrong way around. They meant to go in on the flat side and then swivel around to get in the chest cavity. So now it should work. Should work. Okay, so that should sit there. And that should sit somewhere here. There we go. That should. Nope. There we go. Right, so that slots into the back like that to form the socket, and then the front piece somehow will take the rest of it so that the chest will go together. Most of this will be speeding through, hopefully. I'll just fast forward it to where things are together and pause it for bits that are actually important. Christ. Okay, there we go. Got together in the end. It's the torso bit. And so the next thing is I need to put in the neck. This hopefully can't be easier than putting in the neck, right? Turns out in the last thing I had them slightly the wrong way around, and that's why they weren't going in. But it's all learning. Ball joint that goes in here for the neck, which is this piece. Yep. Okay. So there's like a little bit of skin at the back there, which sort of pops in, and then the front pops in as well. There we go. Okay, so that gives him an up, down looking, and that's okay then to slot into the torso. There we go. So we have a neck. The next thing on the list is the torso emblem, which should finish off the chest. There we go. And boom, chest. Cool. There we go. So now we have a head and chest. Cool. Okay, so what's next? Well, let's see. The arms look quite good. I say good. They look easier than the legs. So let's move on to that. So we've used all the pieces off D. So get rid of that. Let's confuse anything. Hands aren't the only thing left there, so we'll put those up against here. We still haven't used our rubber joints, which I think will come in shortly. Okay, so for the arms, we are taking the sprue E, which is this one, and we are getting a certain piece we're looking for, E2, which is this tiny piece here. There we go, E2. We're going to use a rubber piece. We're looking for, let's see, PC2. So this is PC, and we're looking for one of the balls here, PC2. Cool. So I think this is going to create the ball joint. Yep. There we go. So the little rubber piece just slots on the end, and that'll create the ball joint in the shoulder there. And he's put together. Okay. So we have that made. And now we need the shoulders, which I'd imagine are around here somewhere. We're looking for A21 and A22. There we go, 21, 22. And what they should do is sandwich this shoulder joint together. So there. So hopefully sit there, and this will. There we go. That sandwiches it off, and then we have a nice arm joint. So now the lower arm has a lot of instructions to it. But if we'll build another two of those shoulders. So that was this piece, and a ball joint. There we go. Okay. And on here we're looking for two bicep pieces. There they are. There we go. And then we're just going to copy the opposite of what we did on that arm. Let's put that there. Put that the other side and click. There we go. Two shoulders. Cool. Put those up here. Okay. So next step is the lower arm, which is E3, E1 first. So we've got E3 and E1. Okay. These two small pieces here. There we go. Okay, so they click together apparently. This one is upside down, this one somehow flips. Right, okay, so this is creating an elbow. So this is creating an elbow here. Now we need A3. This is A3 is there. Oh, it's like a cover for the upper arm, okay. So it'll hide some of it'll hide the workings inside it, like a bicep, okay. And we need A23 and 24. Once we've done this one, I will jump ahead to the other arm completed, and then we'll move on to the legs. So we'll do these two put together, and then we'll put this together itself. Right, okay. So, hopefully nice and simple anyway. There is a joint there, so that pops together, and then we get this, which creates our elbow joint. There we go. This piece slips over it to form our bicep, and that pops in there. Look at that, got an arm. And that should be that arm done. So again, there's his first arm connected. Go up and down like a figure art sort of chill joint. Alright, we'll pause there, jump to the other arm being made, and we'll go to the legs. There we go, so that's the other arm. It was exactly the same as this one. A little bit faster now, I know where the pieces go. So that was the torso done. And we'll pop his head on a little bit, there we go. Okay, so the next thing are his legs, which have a ton more stuff. Actually, the last step is put his hands on. I think we're going to we'll give him open hands for now. Okay, so that's off that hand sprue. They'll hopefully just pop in. There we go. And pop it. Cool. There we go. Okay. Now, the legs. Oh, no, the next thing is to build the crotch. Super pants. Okay, so let's see, we need a couple of different pieces from the E sprue this time. And the A sprue, this one, we need the two halves of his pants. There we go, one pant, two pant. Okay. What else do we need off the sprue? Nothing else? Nope. Okay, there we go. And we need a couple of pieces off E, so we need E14, which is there's two E14s, okay. And need two of them? Yes, we do. So I'd imagine these are going to be the pegs for the legs to attach to. And what else do we need? Those two pieces, oh, okay, just those two pieces. So how do these connect together? So they're showing on the lower peg that they should clip in. I'm not gonna. So they clip together. do clip and they connect together. So it's showing it needs one stick up as well. This is not clear. Right. So that one is showing to the front. It should be facing out. So yeah, these little two pieces here are going to be the clips for the legs. It's just figuring out how they attach properly. I think they attach like that. There's nothing in between to make them hold together. Give me a second to figure this out, I'll come back. There we go, right, so we're back. In fact, we're missing a piece, which is this crotch piece. So that is where they sit. They sit here, and that should clip them into the main body then. So we have the back piece, and there should be, let's see, so we should have that sitting against here. Just go down a little bit, there we go. And the other one should sit just behind it. Press in, there we go, it should be angled up slightly. And then they can set into the back plate. There we go. And then the front plate can sit on as well, somehow. Okay, so that should sit in there, and then clip. Oop. Slightly off. There we go. Excellent, so we have one crotch piece which should slot in there. It needs a ball joint on top. Should mean that you'll have a pivot. There we go. So he has a waist pivot. That's cool. Right, so that's that. What else is next? So next thing, the last thing, is going to be. Is it the last thing? Yeah, the last thing is going to be the legs. So let's set this behind the camera so we can see what we're doing. This is where we get to use some of the red pieces for the boots and the bottoms of the boots. Okay, so first thing we need is E. So we need two of these, which is E 12 and 11. There we go. And E13, which is right next to it. Okay, and these are going to form another joint. I'm assuming this is the top of the leg, so that should be there. That should pop in there. And it should push together. There we go. Okay, so that's going to be the top of the thigh. For the next thing, then we're going to need two sides of the thigh, which is A16 and 15, which is going to be these two. Going to need some little rubber pieces. This is PC4, which is going to be one of these, and PC1, which is going to be one of these. Okay, so they go a certain way in the thigh. So we'll do PC1 to go into the back thigh, facing that way. Should push in there, and then this one pushes in that way. That way. There we go. And that should then mean that we can put that at the top, push that in, put the other side of the thigh on. There we go. And then that should connect to his hip in here, down a little bit. Okay. Excellent. So we have one thigh. Cool. There we go. And I think then it's going to take us through building the lower leg, but I'm going to build the other thigh. So I remember we need these two pieces here. That one. That one. And we need these three pieces in here to build the leg joint. Okay. And we need two rubber pieces. We need PC1 and PC4. Cool. Okay, so again we get what's the top of that? That's the top of the thigh. Okay, top of the thigh there. Which is going to be that way, so that's the back. Fit this together that way. So again. Push into there. There we go. So it's the top of the thigh. And then we get the back. Let's see. So that one goes that way, facing down. And that one's facing down in there to form the lower joint, and that one should slide into the top. Excellent, there we go. And then that goes in there. That sits on top. Go. And then we have, there we go, that's the other thigh there. So attach it to Superman. There we go. Brilliant. So that sits in there nicely. Okay, so the next thing it's going to ask us to do, we've done this bit here, it's the lower leg. So we need a couple of pieces from E first and then A. So we've got E, we need 9s, which are these two. There we go. 2 9s, that piece. And then everything else is on E. So these have got little arrows on them, hopefully to help us with the right pieces. 17 and 18. Cool. Okay. And that is number 10, which is that piece there. Is that a knee? I think that might be a knee. Okay. Right, so it shows us once again we've got these going up. Side on the outside, so a little ridge and then a break. So we have one of these which should be facing down and one that should be facing up. Like that. Okay. And that then should clip on top. Sandwich them in. There we go. and it gives us a small space then to stick our knee into. Just got like a little T-join. So, yeah, this is the knee. And bend up and down there. Okay, so we'll make another one of those. That should just slot in. Yeah. That just slots in there. And we'll do it again. So take the other two pieces off here. There we go. The two thigh pieces from here. Knee pieces. There we go. Cool. And the knee, which is there. There we go. Okay, we'll jump ahead and put the other knee in, and then we'll go for the lower leg. There we go. So that's two knees. So we're running out of pieces, which makes it slightly easier now to do pretty much everything. So the next step is going to be using some red pieces to make his upper boots. Okay, so there's a lot of pieces left on there. Okay, so we need E, which is here, and we need E10, which is one of these little pieces. One of the last two pieces on the sprue over there, and we need B8 and B9. There we go. Put those off. And we need one rubber piece, which is PC1, which is one of these little rectangle joints that we're using. Okay. So let's see, at the top of the leg, this goes in sideways like that. So this is going to take the other half of the knee joint. There we go. And this is going to sit down bottom. That's, I imagine, going to be our ankle joint. And then these go together like do-bap-bap. There we go. Clip. So now we have one small boot. And I'm going to make the other boot as well. Just going to be the same. So click on two red pieces. Take one of those rectangle pieces. And take one of the last pieces of E. I like how with these sort of kits, like with the Gundam wing, and well, these ones, the ones that have sort of the rotating joints, it gets faster as you move through it, so you'll start quite slowly, trying to figure something out, and then once you get down to like 3 or 4 pieces, you know, left on the sprue, it sort of looks like it's supposed to, and then you can sort of work out where everything goes. Okay, so that should then sit in there, but the next step, I don't want to get ahead of myself, there is a blue thing, which is going to be the knee cover. So we have 2 of those, a 9, yeah, so the same on both sides of the sprue. Okay. And I think after this, there's only going to be a few little pieces left to do. Okay, so this should sit, there we go, so it sits in the V at the top of the boot. Lots into the rectangular rubbery thing we put in earlier. There we go, same on this one. Go. So we have a full Superman. Okay, the next step then, put all the legs together and make the boots. Now the boots look quite easy. It is a top piece and a bottom piece that just clip together and slot on. So top piece, bottom piece. Slot them together. Just pop in. There we go. And that is a left foot, right? That's right, yeah, the curve in. There we go. And then the next one, boot. Excellent. I think he does come with like a little display base that we have to put together as well. So that'll be, I think, on the next piece of paper to look at. Okay, there we go. So we've got those bits together now. Okay. We have his torso, his arms, his legs, his ankles, everything is all together. So the next step tells us to attach the hands, attach the legs. We've done that. And then onto the back. Okay, this is the last couple of things. It's going to tell us here to attach the cape. I don't want to attach the cape, so I'm going to make one. So I'm going to put the cowl bit on, and I think then we're ready to stick him in his base. Okay, so there's only 2 pieces. There's the cowl here and the cowl connector here. I've got a couple of rubber bits left over, which, you know, always worries me when in a kit like this, but then I think with my Gundam kits, they've generally been okay, even if there's bits missing. I guess that just pushes in there, and what we'll hope to do is try and run like a nice piece of red material down the back with maybe some wire in it. So that is good. And then the last piece is the base, which it comes with. Pink that off. And out of the way. There we go. Clip in. Well, he sort of does if you keep him still. But that is the, there we go, it's finished Superman. I think I'll do like a little update when I put the cape on him. There's a little base he comes with. So yeah, he's very nice. He's got like a nice, he's got a double jointed knee, which we put in ourselves, as we saw. He's got a little ball joint on the ankle, which is a little bit loose. It's like the figure art Spider-Man we've got. It's got a double jointed elbow, a little bit of room on, I like to pivot the arm there. It goes, yes, that sort of weird dislocated shoulder that you can put up and down, and you can look around. You can go down that far, up quite far, so you can have like a flying pose with him. If the joints don't pop off. Yeah, so you can have him flying. It's quite cool. There you go. So that was the Sprukits Superman Man of Steel. Hope you enjoyed it, guys.